2,000 of the smartest people on Earth were quietly gaining weight on free candy, and the solution had nothing to do with willpower. It reveals something important about why all of us eat what we eat. When Google filled its offices with free gourmet food and snack stations throughout the building, employees started putting on weight. So much, in fact, that it earned a nickname, the Google 15. These weren't careless people. They were engineers, designers, analysts, and problem solvers, brilliant people, and yet the candy jars were winning. One walked past the snack station at a time. Google didn't respond with lectures about calories. They treated it like a data problem. In one New York office, M&Ms sat in clear glass containers. Bright, colourful, easy to see. The behavioural team made a single change. They moved the M&Ms into opaque containers. Same candy, same quantity, still completely free. The only difference was that employees could no longer see it. The result was remarkable. Over the next 7 weeks, roughly 2,000 employees consumed 3.1 million fewer calories from M and missed 3 million calories, simply because the candy disappeared from view. Nobody was asked to use more discipline. Nobody attended a motivational seminar. Nobody spent a drop of willpower. The candy just stopped grabbing attention every time someone walked past. So the company kept experimenting. Soda moved to the bottom shelf behind frosted glass. Water moved to eye level. Water consumption increased dramatically. Desserts moved farther away. Healthier options became easier to reach. And gradually, the entire building began eating differently. Not because the people changed, because the room changed. And that's the part most people struggle to believe. Your environment beats your willpower. And it isn't even close. We like to think our eating habits reflect our character, our discipline, our determination, our self-control. But decades of research point to a much simpler explanation. Most of the time, people eat what's visible, what's convenient, what's within reach, what's already on the plate. In other words, we often eat what's in front of us first, then tell ourselves a story about why we chose it. You can see this happen every night in front of a screen. You sit down with a bag of chips and turn on a show. At first, you're paying attention to both. Then your attention drifts entirely to the screen. Your hand keeps moving. You stop noticing the taste. You stop noticing fullness. And suddenly, the bag is empty. The television didn't make you hungrier. It removed the thing that would have told you to stop, your attention. Then there's the portion size effect. One of the most reliable findings in nutrition research. Give people larger plates, larger bowls, larger packages, and they consistently eat more. Not occasionally, consistently. What's even more surprising is that most people don't realize it's happening. They don't feel significantly fuller. They don't report being hungrier. They simply eat more because more was placed in front of them. We like to think we stop when the body says enough. Often we stop when the plate is empty, whatever size that plate happens to be. So maybe the answer is more discipline. Try harder, resist better, fight stronger. But that's the losing strategy. Because both the disciplined person and the undisciplined person eventually eat what's sitting in front of them. The real difference is what they arranged to be sitting there in the first place, which means many of the struggles you've blamed on character are actually problems of design. And design is something anyone can change. You don't have to become a different person first. You don't need more motivation. You need 10 minutes. Put a bowl of fruit where your eyes naturally land. Move healthy snacks to eye level. Place less helpful foods higher up, farther back, inside opaque containers. Use smaller plates. Store larger serving dishes out of sight. And when you're at the grocery store, calm, rested, and full. Leave the foods that trigger overeating on the shelf. Then let friction do the work. It's 9 o'clock at night. A craving appears. You wander into the kitchen. Your eyes land on fruit because that's what you made visible. The treat is hidden, out of sight, inside a container, behind a cupboard door. Suddenly, the craving requires effort, and that small amount of friction is often enough. The urge rises, then fades. You didn't defeat it with willpower. You designed around it. Your rested self made the decision days ago and quietly built it into the environment. That's the real lesson. You don't have to win a war against cravings, one exhausting battle at a time. You can redesign the battlefield so most of the battles never begin.